All right, you bunch of yahoos, strap yourselves in for another episode of Dan and Don's Toxic Masculinity.
In other words, shut up, sit up, and pay attention.
Well, I mean, when you first were talking about inventions, I actually thought you were going to talk about your striking, kicking kneeing apparatus because you've had that out for what, almost 20 years or 20 plus years?
Yeah, a long time. Also, at least like 13 years or something. And that thing, the body action system, BAS, body action system, it's doing really well. Because if you look at it, you're going to go, oh, that's never going to hold up. I broke 2, and I kicked the head.
Right.
So, and I go full on the thing. And that's after 11 years. So it's really sturdy. If you set it up like it's supposed to be set up, it's really good. There's a lot of workouts that I have with it. You know, everybody knows my audio workout. A lot of the guys work out on the audio workout. They've been asking me for a new workout for years. And I go like this. For 8 years, I have 18 new ones. It's on that website, bodyactionsystem.com. If you like my audio workout, you want to bring it to the next level, trust me, it's insanity. The new levels. And that's why it comes to level 1, 2, and 3. Don't go to 3 right away. I warn you right now because you're going to go, oh, shit. I should have started with 1.
You might want to start working out with your O2 toner
Exactly.
there first, trainer.com first, then get on the body action system. No, it's, Bas, I mean, I'm really impressed with, I did not know anything about this, the O2 trainer whatsoever, but I did know about your body action system because I've seen it at a number of gyms. So it's kind of like, and I've actually used it a few times. So
nice. Good. Yes, as long as it's set up the correct way. Some people, they set it up in such a way, go like, yeah, how can you think like that? For instance, if you have something that you want to, that you're pushing from here, right? You would think you put the bar here, right? Behind it, the stick behind the door. Some people set it up like that. And so it falls over. He goes, oh, it falls over. I go, and then when you tell them, you look at the instructions, you know, then they get offended. Instead of saying, oh man, I was an idiot. They don't even own it. They're going to go, oh, it's stupid. You should have said that. Just look at the picture and just common sense. Who thinks like that? It's the most incredible.
A lot of people.
It's like putting a stick against the door, but the door opens to the outside. You know, it's just not really working, right?
Bas, we kind of covered a little bit this a little earlier before getting even going live here right now, but common sense is not very common anymore.
Oh.
Stupidity is running rampant. Well, I'll kind of leave it at that there.
Hey, I thought we weren't getting political.
Well, there it is.
I can put that just across the board. I mean, it's some of the stories that we talked about before that I actually have a teaching degree from Arizona State, and I've done a lot of substitute teaching, and it really it just blows my mind what these teachers leave behind for me to try to teach in their place. And I'm going, half the time I just wad up with what I see and I throw it on out, or I just rip it on up, shove it right back in the box, thinking, well, some of the principals, not the principals, usually it was the secretaries that would meet me when I was going into the office at whatever school I was walking into, and then it might be my second or third time that I see this stuff, and I just throw right back in the cubby hole, like, don't you gonna need your instruction? I go, the guy left me nothing. So it's kind of like going, I'm actually gonna go in there and do something called teach for the first time and teach these kids how to use this gray matter and this apparatus up here above their shoulders.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You make everything easier. You know, like we always talk about this. Everybody gets a prize. You can't lose anymore. You set them up for failure. Cause and effect. If you lose a fight, what does that mean? You're going to have to train harder, get better in technique, right? Yeah. If I win anyway, why would I go get better? Right. It doesn't really matter. You see, so at school already, they immediately start failing them. Everybody gets a prize. There's no more losers.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing there is.
It is,
incredibly
stupid.
Yeah, because the kids who are overweight and who eat bad and everything, maybe losing will inspire them to maybe start running a little bit and get healthy. Don't we want our kids to die of old age instead of a freaking heart problem or whatever.
You would
it is.
think.
Yeah,
You would think so.
diabetes, heart
Yeah.
problems, all that stuff there. That
Oh, you don't want to hurt their feelings,
Oh, that's
so-
another thing. Oh, no, this is the worst. You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. You can do. No, you can't. I want to be a jet fighter pilot. There's no my ADHD. I'm going to crash everything. I know I can't. I know my limits. It's stupid. I
Okay,
want to be a
Bob.
world greatest guitarist. I can't. So stupid.
Well, Bas, you coming from the Netherlands, and you said you came from the Netherlands. You said you're at 35 or
Yeah, 36. 36.
36. Okay, so again, every time that I travel, because again, I'm born and raised here in the United States, from the state of Michigan, but every time I travel within different countries, I see an immediate difference in the people.
Yep.
Because usually most foreigners, they're thinner than most Americans,
Oh, yeah.
because they do this thing called walking.
Yep.
They walk more, they bicycle more. They just, I think they actually engage in a lot more social type of things, but it's not grabbing your cell phone. It's simply just working your thumbs out. I mean, they actually go for walks.
Yeah, but
talks.
not only
they're
that,
just-
then the food here, everything. I came to America and I ordered a Coke, and they said, "What Coke you want?" I said, "Give me a large one." In Holland, a large is as big as a small one here. When they give me half a gallon of Coke, I go, "What is this?" He goes, "That's a large Coke." I go, "Okay, large pizza." Large pizza in Holland, this is the pizza. That's what you get. It's a food. It's like they do it in Italy. Here, a large pizza, and then people get used to that. And they do it more and more and more. It's the amount of food that they eat. Everything is more. And they should start cutting portions smaller. That's what I believe. Because people are just a herd, and everybody, you expand your belly, right? Now you need more and more and more. It's a disorder.
Well, I think a lot of the Americans, they understand your breathing routine, but it's not for breathing, it's their expansion through food consumption.
And by the way, I'm going to go to another plug. This helps with natural weight loss. Also, can read it in medical journals. 100%.
Really?
Yeah, because it really works your core. Like a lot of people in the beginning. Now, I always thought this. If you do stamina, that's the way to lose weight. But what we don't realize is it's not. You lose fluids, but you don't lose weight that you need to lose. Or gain weight. The best way to lose fat is power training. It's not stamina going all the way. It's power training. You burn way more fat with that than by hitting a bag. How is that possible? I always thought that wasn't. But when you think about it, it's actually true. Because all those muscles that you're working, they need a source, a food source. And what is the first thing they're going to attack? Is the fat. You see, and that's why you lose so much weight. And yes, you lose weight after a 5K run, but it's most of the time it's just fluids. The next day you're the same weight again because you drink the fluids again. You see what I mean?
Okay, here's all right. Why is it that when they have these eating contests, I know we're going way off to some tangent now, but when we see these different eating contests, why is it always this little Japanese fellow that's winning all these hot dog eating contests?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the guy he actually looks like he's in shape and stuff like that, but a lot of the other representatives, they are what you expect to see, really heavy set individuals.
Yeah, and if you look at Kobayashi, I think is his name, the world champion, he's actually beaten now by an American guy who is a bigger guy. But if you see his workout routine, dude, he's like a freaking pro bodybuilder almost. He goes full attack 2 hours a day. He's training his muscles, and that's why he just burns everything that he puts in. Yeah. I don't think it's a healthy thing, especially when you start eating a lot of meats. Meat is great, but I don't think like 5 pounds of meat every day is simply not a good thing. Everything too much is not good. Too much love. That's the only one. Right there. Right there.
Okay.
Sitting next to you.
So you're talking about that word called moderation, because I'm a big believer that you can do almost anything as long as you use that word called moderation.
That's it. 100%. Moderation, temperance. Controlling the appetites, right? And the appetites, I mean everything with. Well, that's where addiction and everything else starts. Yeah. It's all about not control. Yeah, I was talking to Don about that. A lot of people, they think they're in control because they can drink whatever they want, they can have sex whenever they want, they can be angry, they can shout. You're actually not in control because you're not in control of your vices. You can't say no. If you come home, for instance, and you have a 14-hour day, and then it's 10 o'clock at night, you still have to eat, you have to shower, the next day you have to go up at 4 o'clock again, and it's another big day, but you're really mentally drained and you really want to take a few drinks. Well, saying no at that moment to those drinks, well, it's kind of hurting you, right? It's kind of suffering. But it's the smartest thing to do. But nowadays we're in such a way, we want it, we take that. I can't calm down, I take a pill. I want to lose weight, I take a pill. Cholesterol is up, I take a pill. Everything is sleeping, I can't sleep. Well, I can't sleep, but it takes 30 minutes. I want to sleep now. So they take a sleeping pill. Everything is pills. Nobody is simple. I used to be exactly like that. I did everything. Pills for high blood pressure, pills for cholesterol, for sleeping. I did everything. And then I realized, wait a minute, let's clean up my life. And then I start eating healthy. And that happened actually after my last fight in 2006, because it was the first time, because I was 42, that I had a nutritionist who helped me with my food. And I felt so amazing. And that's when I started cleaning everything up. And what do you know? Everything went down. No medication to go to sleep. I mean, by simply eating healthy and being healthy. It's that simple.
No, I mean, I totally agree with you. This the American diet it's horrible, but then a lot of times when you look at how food is made, how it's processed, refined, and all the different additives, and then they have the masking names that go along there, so they're not telling you all the different types of sugar that they're putting in to make things taste better when they're not even coming close to eating real food anymore. So it's some of that stuff is, both Don Frye and myself, we both went down to South America and to get some stem cells. Yep. And they gave you a diet plan that you should be on at least 30 days before your body takes on the stem cells, and then even afterwards, some of the things that you should do. But to me, a lot of it was common sense. But as we stated earlier, common sense is not very common anymore.
Yep. It's out. Yep.
It is so much, but the simplicity of driving through a fast food restaurant in the mornings to grab that quick fix of something to eat, something to drink. Right? Like you said, I know a lot of Americans, they go to there just to get that big gulp type of Coca-Cola there in the morning. And that's not doing them a whole lot of good. When you see all the different videos of all the things you could do with the Coca-Cola there to clean off your battery terminals and the whole 9 yards, that you're putting that in your stomach at that point.
It's insanity. And for me, I'm very good with building a habit, and I stay with it if something is good. Like, for instance, if you see me eat sweet potatoes. This morning at 6 o'clock when I was driving up to the airport, my wife was driving. If you see the amount of sweet potatoes that I eat, it's crazy. It's 3 pounds at least. And I do this every single day. And why would I do that? Because I always feel good. I never have a bad experience if I do that. The only time when I eat different is when I'm on the road in the morning in a hotel, and I will eat eggs, and don't get me wrong, I will eat steak and I will eat the good food later on in the day. But my breakfast is always the same. There's no salt in there, no nothing. It's super boring, but it makes me feel really good. People look at me the whole time and say, "Oh, are you using steroids? Are you doing it?" Well, I think I actually look better now than when I was competing. Physical, and I'm the same weight, everything is the same. Well, if people accuse me, say, "Oh, you used steroids when you was fighting," well, I'll take any test with every person at home. You can come and test me any day you want, but let's put the money down. I want to put the money down because I look actually better now than when I was competing. So, hey, listen, if I was using as when I was competing, I have to be using right now. I'll take the bet. Any bet. Go up to 100,000, whatever you want to bet. Please get me. I even bring it further. But if you don't want to need to go for a big amount, you can follow me for 6 months. But now I'm going to talk about $500,000, right? And you can test me every single day. You can do a blood test with me, and to see if I use something. And I'll promise you, I look exactly the same as I look right now.
Okay,
take the bet.
What's the significance of the sweet potatoes? Because you brought that up as one of your things that you eat for breakfast is sweet potatoes. Why? Because I know some benefits. I do eat sweet potatoes there too, but I'm just curious as to why you eat them.
It's a great energy source. I work with this guy, William Vandry. He's from Vandry Jiu-Jitsu. He's in Austin, Texas. And this guy's a very freaking smart guy. I mean, he will quote something out of a book and he says, "Oh, that was on page 12 and then at this time." I mean, like, whoa, let's go. Sometimes when he talks to you, you go like, I got to go, stop. Dumb it down. I'm not like you. You're going to have to explain it to me. He put me on this program also because John Fitch with him. John Fitch was in a lot of pain. Well, he made that pain disappear. And I said, with my knees and everything, I need something like that. So I started talking to him, and he he writes everything down. He wants to see your blood. He wants to, even the fillings in your mouth. Everything he takes down to the T, and then he starts building a program for you. And that just helped me a lot, and especially with my cartilage. He says he believes that he can build my cartilage back, which I don't think it is, because my kneecaps are bald. And if there's a little cartilage, then it might regrow because there is something, but it is nothing. And he says, no, I truly believe I can. And I got to tell you, my pain is much better than before I started with him. You see, and it's just healthy food. And he told me about sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, normal potatoes, put a lot of starch. And there's some bad things about I love like the Yukon Gold potatoes, one of my favorite potatoes. I can eat it just like that. There's such a good taste if you have a good one, right? But he says sweet potatoes, they give you energy right away because of the sugars in there, but it's natural sugars. And it's just much healthier for you, less inflammation. And once he said the word less inflammation, I go with that.
But they're an anti-flam, though. I mean, that's what the one thing I learned about.
That's it. Yep.
Sweet potatoes that they're good for taking inflammation out of the body. So
yep.
I actually I learned that through the information that they gave for the stem cells. But then I've always enjoyed eating sweet potatoes, especially more than I did eating normal potatoes.
Yeah, I've been eating it for a long time right now, just every day. The amount of sweet potato bags that I buy at Costco is just insanity. I take 4 bags at the same time. It's like, and then all the bread, same thing. If you eat bread, take the sourdough bread. Don't eat the other bread, because all that yeast and all that stuff also causes inflammation. Every grain pretty much causes inflammation. Now, do I cut it out? No, I love a pizza here and there, and I love spaghetti, and I'll eat all that. But if I can avoid it, I avoid it. And it makes me feel good. If I have less pain, I sit down with less pain. That's everything to me, especially at this age right now.
That's but on that, Brad, I mean, you mentioned about seeds being really bad for you, though. I always thought that the more grains, the seeds and stuff like that was actually good for you when it comes to like whole foods.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. No,
only
it
if
is
you're
not.
a bird.
Listen, I have special water filters that you heard about the Berkey, and I listen. I don't know these people. This is not a plug. But that's what William Ventry told me as well. Get the Berkey water filter. That's literally a filter you can piss in on the top. You can fill it up and you can drink water at the bottom. That's how good it filters the system. Yeah. So everywhere you go, there's chlorine in the water. That chlorine over time is bad for you. Toothbrush. My toothpaste is different now. There's no more chlorine in there. Fluoride, what do you call it? Fluoride.
Yes.
Yeah, fluoride is Dutch. That's why I was thinking it there. But also, over time, it goes right away into your gums, and your gums, it absorbs in the body. Over time, it will become bad for you. So all these little things that you suddenly can't do anymore, but once you cut them out, you realize it actually works. You see? So, but you simply have to do it. If you are in a lot of pain, this is what I did one time. In a lot of pain, for 1 week, I only ate vegetables and potatoes. Nothing more. And I say, I'm just going to see what happened. And my pain, 80% gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any pain either because I'd kill myself.
Yeah. No, but I know. But then at least you know where it comes from. And then you can say, if you eat something and you have inflammation, okay, I should just eat this less. Not every single day. And you know what it is? If you eat it less, like you see me eating burgers. I eat burgers 4 times a week, In-N-Out burgers. And I take 2 double-doubles with fries, and people go, it's crazy. Okay, but at least it's never been frozen, that food. It's, but I still have my things that are wrong, and I still eat those. But for the rest, I'm eating clean. It's just, if you want to get rid of the pain and feel better, and mind also, you'll be amazed with simply less inflammation. Inflammation is everything. The flu is inflammation. Everything you have, pretty much every disease is a sort of inflammation. Yeah. So once you get rid of that, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. How do you feel once you get a cortisone shot? You feel really good, right? What does it do? Takes away the inflammation. You see what I mean? Only do it the natural way, because, of course, doing cortisones the whole time, that's actually stopped my career. Because when I was a kid, I took 45 pills a day, 3 times 15. Jeez. And at the time, they didn't know what the long-term effect was going to be from cortisones. Right. And I was eating those like freaking candies, And at the end, all my tendons, because my muscles were apparently stronger than my tendons, because it was attacking my tendons. They got weaker, and it started hurting, like really bad. I would lose weight from the pain. So training was not fun for me anymore. I mean, once it would hit, and it's 3 weeks before the fight, every single workout, I will be, after workout at 45 minutes, somehow you can put the clock on it, and at 45 minutes, pain starts for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Insane pain. Now, you before a fight, can't take painkillers, can't do that thing, because otherwise you're going to have that crap again, and it slows you down. You see, so I said, okay, that was for me the reason to quit and not to fight anymore.
Well, I learned a few different things, but I actually appreciate that there, boss. I mean, it's I'm actually taking some notes here as we go through this, because each guest I try to learn a few new things. It's kind of like selfishly, it's just for myself here at time, because everyone wants to live as long as possible, and everyone would like to have quality of life. And I always say that when somebody dies, go to their medicine cabinet, something that you touched on earlier. Go to their medicine cabinet or look at their nightstand and count how many different pills are they taking at that point in time. And I mean, big pharmaceutical companies, they're big, and a lot of your doctors are great at always prescribing a pill. You have a headache, here, take this pill. It'll take care of your headache, but it might give you blurred vision. It might give you diarrhea, but no problem. We got 2 more pills for you to take care of the blurred vision and the diarrhea. That's going to give you other stuff there right now. And I always thought, when people finally do pass along, did they die of natural causes, or did they misdiagnose themselves? Did they take too many prescription drugs?
It's
sad.
It's masking. It's masking. If you have a pain, your lower back pain, find out why you have the lower back pain. Most of the time, it's your posture. You walk wrong or so. No, put a pain pill in there. Just mask it. Problem is not going to go away. Right. You're going to have to change your posture. Your body is a perfect machine. It is. If something is wrong, you're doing something wrong. Most of the time, and again, it's breathing as well, because everybody breathes wrong. It starts with that. But every little injury that you have, inflammation here. Why is the inflammation there? Did you hit it? Did you hurt it? Maybe you do something, you work a lot on the computer? How many people have that carpal tunnel from being on a computer? I mean, you see what I mean? But take a pill. No, you're going to have to change that habit, because otherwise it will never go away. You're just masking it. And now you're going to have an addiction. And now it's all the time. Fix the problem. That's what they should do. But the doc's not going to tell you that, because then they can't sell you anything. Right?
Thank you for watching another episode of Dan and Don's Toxic Masculinity. You better like, subscribe, and share, or I'm going to come to your house.